Hi everyone, this is Ray, and for this video, I want to talk about my investment portfolio. I'm sharing with you this video in order to probably encourage you and give you ideas on what kinds of platforms you can invest in. Disclaimer lang, I am not a financial expert, and these platforms na ipapakita ko is based on my own research. It's just something that I would like to share with you and for you to decide if proper or right investment siya for you. I do keep track of my investments. I have a tracker to manage my finances. And yeah, I use Google Drive. Google Drive is my best friend. It has been very helpful to me ever since I was younger. Maybe I could share with you this tracker on the next coming videos. My advice for you before getting into any investment is to secure an emergency fund. This is the money that you could easily retrieve anytime in case of emergencies. So usually, this amount is at least 3 to 6 months worth of your current monthly expenses. So for example, your current monthly expense is 10,000, at least 60,000 ang nakalagay on your emergency fund. For example, nangyari tong pandemic, we didn't expect this pandemic to come, and we need to be prepared to sustain ourselves for at least 3 to 6 months without any income. Because usually, this is the amount of time that it takes for us to recover from financial loss. Iba sa atin nawala ng trabaho, right? So us, naturally, as human beings, we find ways in order to survive, right? Aside from the emergency fund, pwede ka ding mag-set aside ng opportunity or leisure fund. This is the fund where you can place in your travel funds or yung mga funds for business opportunities, or for example, gusto nyong mag-attend ng dance classes, self-improvement courses, ganun, pwede niyong pagkuhanan yung fund na yun. Once you secure your emergency fund, get an insurance. I cannot stress enough how important getting an insurance is because medical bills can be really expensive. By the way, the younger and healthier you are, the cheaper and easier it is for you to get an insurance. I can explain more about insurances on a separate video. If I were you and you don't have one yet, go ahead and get one. By the way, I am also an insurance advisor in MANULIFE Philippines, and if you're interested to get an insurance, just send me a message. After securing your emergency fund and your insurances, then you can get into investments. Because investments can get very risky, most of these platforms have an initial assessment on how conservative or aggressive you are in investing. It depends on what you're investing in, but usually the higher the reward, the higher the risk. So the lower the reward, the lower the risk. It's up to you to do your own research before getting into any investment. So be mindful of what you invest in. Okay, so now let's get into it. First of all, cash. I have a home wallet and a wallet that I bring outside. I only have a certain amount of money in my outside wallet or in my actual wallet, and the rest are being kept at home. So with that, I just refill it when needed. For the funds, like for example, opportunity fund, leisure fund, or my emergency fund, I keep them in banks. So currently, I have 5 banks, and that's CITIBANK, BDO, BPI, China Bank, and Tonic. So Tonic is a new bank. It's actually the very first neobank in the Philippines, but I could get into that in another video. My savings account in the banks, they all have interests, but they only range from 0.025% to around 4 to 6% per annum. Aside from the banks, I also have money in my e-wallets. I have GCASH, PAYONEER, and PayPal. So in GCash, I invest in GInvest. There are funds there that I place my money in. You can check the video up here. Next, I have credit cards. This is not necessarily an income-generating investment, but I do prefer using credit cards over cash because these credit cards have points, and these points can be converted into rewards that help me save. Also, you get some neat perks with the credit cards itself. As long as I pay my monthly dues on time and have my annual fee waived, then I'm all good. The credit cards I have are BPI, BDO, and CITIBANK. I mentioned earlier that insurances are very important. Currently, I have 4 insurances, and these are VULs, or Variable Universal Life Insurances. Basically, these are insurances with investments. A portion of your premium is being vested in a selected fund. Think of it as staying protected and earning at the same time. Although, as most fund investments, returns are not guaranteed. It will depend on the status of the economy or the market at that time. The insurances I have are from MANULIFE, bank insurances from BDO Life, FWD, CITIBANK, and BPI PhilApp. Aside from that, I also have PhilHealth from the government that gives us health benefits and insurances. I have investments too in land and real estate properties. I am invested in a land property down in the province. I own a third of it. Tatlo kami doon. I also have a condominium which I bought at pre-selling price. I am investing in REITs, or Real Estate Investment Trust, which is basically like rental income. I have REITs in COL Financial and MANULIFE UITF, which is the MANULIFE Global REIT Feeder Fund. By the way, I love the UITF funds in MANULIFE. They have a diverse selection of international and local funds. So you can invest in these funds, especially the international ones, in Peso. Though the only way you can open an account is through a wealth specialist. Not all insurance advisors are licensed wealth specialists, but I myself am one. So if you're interested to invest in the UITF MANULIFE funds, just let me know. I am investing in a diverse number of funds, which includes money market, short-term fund, bond funds in BPI and BDO, and equities, mutual funds, bond funds, index funds, and balanced funds in COL Financial, and UITF equity funds in MANULIFE. Also, I have funds in MP1 and MP2, which are under the government. Another type of fund I invest in is crowdfunding. I invest in SEEDIN, which is a crowdfunding platform that is invested in businesses. Okay, so to know more about SEEDIN, you can check my video here. And you may register by using the link below. Flint. So Flint is also a type of crowdfunding platform that is invested in real estate. Mangingisda. Dito naman is naka-invest sa mariculture. These are fish farms in Mindanao. Personally, for me, the website doesn't look that secure. But then, so far, I've been investing for 2 years now and meron namang mga returns. Farm On, which is invested in agriculture. Meron dito yung rice, vegetables, corn, poultry, yan. So far, with all these platforms, nakapag-earn ako. Except for Farm On, although yes, I was able to earn in Farm On before, but then right now, they don't seem to be that transparent ever since nag-upgrade sila ng mga versions nila. Right now, since the pandemic, naka-hold pa din yung funds ko dun. Yeah, just the downside on Farm On. Also, I invest in stocks, both locally and internationally. For this, I use COL Financial, eTORO, and GoTrade. GoTrade allows you to invest in stocks. You need a code in order to register, so you can use mine below. You can also check the video I made about trading in the GoTrade app. I've also started investing in cryptocurrency. Actually, I've been wanting to invest in cryptocurrency for a few years now, but then it was so volatile that it took me some time to actually invest in here. But right now, my platforms for cryptocurrency are Binance and coins.ph. Also, I use the Pi app, which allows me to mine pies, which in the future would give a certain value in return. Aside from that, I also indirectly invest in cryptocurrency through copy trading in eToro. Which brings me to my next investment, copy trading. Based on the words themselves, you copy a trader. So this is really good for those people who don't have time to trade because they will let the experts do the trading for them. Kung ano yung percentage na ma-earn ni trader, ni expert trader na kinakopy mo, yun din yung same percentage na ma-earn mo. I copy trade in eToro. If you guys want to register, you can use my link down below in order for you to get $50 in your account that you can use for trading. So another one is trading. For stocks and cryptocurrencies, I invest in the long term, but for Forex, I trade. So the platform I use to trade in Forex is MT4, and my brokers are IFS Markets and FBS. Aside from that, I also do binary options trading using Olymp Trade. So binary options trading is kumbaga trading with two options. Either i-predict mo kung tumaas ba or bumaba yung value. And if tumaas nga siya within a certain time like limit, like for example, within 1 minute tumaas siya and your prediction was tumaas, then you will earn. Okay, also if your prediction is up pero bumaba siya, then you will also lose a certain amount of money. Other sources of income would be my day job and my small businesses. So that's basically it. Although I get interested in more and more investments, I do my own research before I get into anything. If meron man, i-update ko na lang on the next coming videos. You may check the links down below to the platforms I mentioned on this video. Please do give this video a like and a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button in order to be notified for more videos similar to these. Thank you so much, and bye!